My beloved friends, life is not always a straight road covered with flowers. Life often leads us through valleys, deserts, storms, and nights so dark that we wonder if the sun will ever rise again. Hard times do not ask permission. They simply arrive. They crash into our lives without warning, taking away what we thought was secure. But here is the truth. Hard times do not come to destroy you, they come to reveal you. They come to test what is inside you, and to awaken a strength you did not know you had. When difficulties rise like mountains before you, the natural instinct is to shrink back, to complain, to ask, "Why me?" But I tell you today, shift your perspective. See every challenge not as an enemy but as a teacher. The stone that blocks your path can either stop you or build your character. The fire that burns you can also refine you into gold. The storm that beats against your life can also teach you how to sail stronger, steadier, and wiser. A problem may seem like the end, but in reality, it can be the beginning of a new chapter, a hidden opportunity disguised in pain. There are two kinds of people in this world, those who let trouble crush them, and those who let trouble create them. The same sun that melts wax hardens clay. The difference is not in the sun, but in the substance. Your perspective decides whether you will be weakened or strengthened. And so I urge you, do not say, "This is the end." Say instead, "This is my training ground. This is my preparation. This is not my grave, it is my classroom." But shifting perspective alone is not enough. You must strengthen your inner spirit. For what good is it if the storm outside calms, but the storm inside you rages? Your greatest weapon in hard times is not the money you have, not the people around you, not even the circumstances you face. Your greatest weapon is the spirit within you, the faith, the hope, the unshakable belief that better days are ahead. Gratitude is the secret to keeping your spirit alive. Even when everything seems lost, find one thing to thank God for, one thing to appreciate, one thing to hold on to. Gratitude turns despair into hope, and hopelessness into strength. And remember this, hope is not a wish. Hope is a fire that keeps you moving when your legs feel heavy, a light that shines when the night is at its darkest. When you feel like quitting, tell yourself, "This storm will pass." No storm lasts forever. No winter stays without giving way to spring. Your story is not over, and though you may bend, you will not break. Though you may fall, you will rise again. Inside you is a power greater than any hardship. Inside you is the ability to endure, to conquer, and to emerge victorious. So I say to you today, when hard times knock on your door, do not be afraid. Lift your head, open your heart, and declare with faith, "I will stay positive. I will not give up. I will not be broken. I will not surrender. The world may try to push me down, but I will rise again stronger, wiser, and unshakable, because the one who chooses to remain positive in pain, that one is unstoppable." Would you like me to also craft a short, catchy conclusion version of this speech, like a closing statement that could leave the audience standing on their feet applauding? Shifting your perspective is the foundation of staying positive during hard times. It is not about denying reality. It is about redefining it. Two people can walk through the same storm, face the same obstacles, and endure the same losses. Yet one emerges bitter, and the other emerges better. The difference lies not in what they went through, but in how they chose to see it. When trouble comes knocking at your door, you have a choice. Will you look at it as the end or as a beginning? Will you see it as a wall that stops you, or as a door that opens to a new dimension of growth? Perspective determines your direction. If you see failure as final, you will quit. But if you see failure as feedback, you will learn, adjust, and rise again with greater wisdom. Let me tell you something powerful. Hard times are not permanent residents. They are visitors. But if you treat them as permanent, if you let them define your story, you will hand them power they do not deserve. The valley is not your destination. It is just a passage. The storm is not your home. It is only the environment you are passing through. Shift your perspective and declare to yourself, "This is not the end. This is part of my journey to something greater." Think of an eagle. While other birds hide when the storm comes, the eagle spreads its wings, catches the wind of the storm, and rises higher than ever before. The storm does not destroy the eagle. It lifts it. The eagle does not see the storm as a curse. It sees it as an opportunity. That is the power of perspective. You too can choose to see the storm as your platform to rise. You see, challenges carry within them the seed of transformation. Adversity teaches you patience, endurance, and strength that comfort will never teach you. The mountain in front of you may look impossible, but in climbing it, you discover muscles you never knew you had. The fire you are walking through may burn, but it also purifies and refines you. Diamonds are formed under pressure, and gold is purified by fire. Without the struggle, without the heat, they would never shine. So many people waste their energy asking, why me? But the real question should be, what can this teach me? How can this grow me? How can this prepare me for what is next? Life is not about avoiding storms, but learning to dance in the rain. Life is not about escaping pressure, but about letting pressure produce perseverance, and perseverance produce character. Shifting perspective does not mean pretending everything is fine. It means looking at pain through the eyes of purpose. It means believing that even though this chapter is hard, it is not the end of your book. Every setback carries the potential for a comeback. Every wound carries within it the potential for wisdom. Every breakdown can set the stage for a breakthrough. Let your perspective be anchored in possibility. When others say this is impossible, train your eyes to see opportunity. When others see dead ends, train yourself to see new beginnings. When others see failure, train yourself to see lessons. Your perspective is the lens through which you view your reality. And when the lens changes, the whole picture changes. So in hard times, tell yourself, I will not be defined by what I see, but by how I choose to see it. I will not let this storm blind me. I will let it refine me. I will not let this problem end me. I will let it grow me. That is the secret of staying positive. It is not about changing the circumstance, but about changing your view of the circumstance. The storm is not the enemy. Your perspective is the key. When the winds of life howl and the waves of difficulty crash against you, the strength of your inner spirit becomes the anchor that holds you steady. Circumstances may shake you, people may disappoint you, doors may close on you. But if your inner spirit remains strong, nothing can defeat you. External storms cannot destroy a person who carries an unshakable spirit within. You see, the real battlefield is not outside, it is inside. The struggle is not only with the problem, but with the thoughts, fears, and doubts that arise within you while facing that problem. If the storm outside is raging but your heart is at peace, you will endure. But if your inner world collapses, even the smallest challenge will overwhelm you. That is why strengthening your inner spirit is the most vital key to staying positive during hard times. How do you strengthen this inner spirit? First, by building faith. Faith is the oxygen of your inner life. It keeps you alive when everything around you tries to suffocate your hope. Faith whispers to you, this is not the end. Better days are ahead. Faith allows you to walk through the valley with confidence, knowing the valley is not permanent. Without faith, the heart collapses under pressure. With faith, the heart stands tall even under the heaviest burden. Second, strengthen your spirit with gratitude. Gratitude is a light that refuses to be extinguished, even in darkness. When you take a moment to count your blessings, no matter how small, your perspective shifts. Gratitude reminds you that even though life is not perfect, it is still full of gifts. The bed you slept in, the breath in your lungs, the sunrise you witnessed, the people who love you. These are not small things. They are powerful reminders that life is worth fighting for. Gratitude feeds the inner spirit, turning bitterness into thankfulness and despair into hope. Third, strengthen your inner spirit with hope. Hope is not passive. It is not just sitting back wishing for change. Hope is active. It is expectation with conviction. It says, yes, today is difficult, but tomorrow holds possibilities I cannot yet see. Hope is what keeps you moving when your legs are weary, when your eyes are filled with tears, when your strength is fading. Hope lifts your chin and pushes you forward. Without hope, you stop walking. With hope, you endure until the breakthrough comes. But here is the truth. Strengthening your spirit does not happen automatically. It requires discipline. Just as the body needs exercise to build muscle, the inner spirit needs daily training to build resilience. Fill your mind with uplifting thoughts. Surround yourself with people who speak life, not death, into your journey. Guard your heart from negativity, from voices that tell you it is over, from whispers that say you cannot rise again. The spirit grows when it feeds on faith, gratitude, and hope, just as the body grows when it feeds on good nourishment. And when you strengthen your inner spirit, something extraordinary happens. You become unshakable. Problems may bend you, but they cannot break you. Pain may visit you, but it cannot destroy you. Disappointments may wound you, but they cannot define you. A strong spirit is like a lighthouse in the storm. It does not stop the waves, but it shines a light so bright that the waves lose their power to disorient you. My friends, life will not always be kind. There will be seasons of loss, rejection, and struggle. But your inner spirit, if it is strong, will carry you through them all. It will remind you of your worth when the world makes you feel worthless. It will remind you of your strength when your body feels weak. It will remind you of your purpose when the path ahead looks foggy and unclear. So, strengthen your inner spirit. Do it daily. Do it deliberately. Feed it with faith. Guard it with gratitude. Ignite it with hope. Because when the spirit inside of you is strong, no storm, no failure, no obstacle, and no enemy can keep you down. And when you emerge from that storm, people will look at you and wonder how you made it through. You will smile and say, "It was not me alone. It was the spirit within me that refused to give up." That, my friends, is the secret to staying positive in hard times. The storm may roar, but your inner spirit will roar louder. My friends, hard times will come. None of us are exempt. But remember this, it is not the storm outside that decides your destiny. It is the strength and perspective inside that determine your future. Shift your perspective, and you will see obstacles as opportunities. Strengthen your inner spirit, and you will walk through valleys with courage and climb mountains with hope. The darkness you face today is not the end of your story. The pain you feel now is shaping you, refining you, preparing you for something greater than you can imagine. Do not let the storm convince you that the sun will never rise again. The sun always rises. The night always ends. And so will this chapter of struggle in your life. So I challenge you, stand tall. Refuse to surrender to negativity. Declare to yourself, "I am stronger than my circumstances. I am greater than my struggles. I will not be broken. I will not be defeated, and I will not quit." Carry this truth in your heart. Hard times do not come to bury you, they come to build you. Stay positive, not because life is easy, but because you are unstoppable. And when the storm clears, you will not only survive, you will shine brighter, stronger, and more victorious than ever before. The storm is temporary. Your spirit is eternal. Believe it, live it, and rise above.